So this lady and her daughter Terry are preparing to have the mom's new boyfriend over for a barbecue because it's getting serious and she wants to introduce him to her kids.
He did say that he wanted to talk to me about something important.
Meanwhile, the son Neil is being difficult, which is typical. The dad died a year and a half ago, and Neil insists on continuing to wear his glasses even though he has his own.
Can you try and be nice? And not carry on while he's here?
The boyfriend Warren shows up, and he seems nice. He reminds me of Dennis Quaid, but it's not him, though that'd be fun and not that weird for this show. Terry goes to try to get Neil to come out.
You know what your problem is? You don't think about anybody except yourself.
Meanwhile, Mom is trying to explain Neil's issues to Warren.
No, you never told me what happened to your husband.
He was killed on the job. He was a policeman. It was in all the papers.
That's an odd way to react when talking about someone's death. Back in Neil's bedroom, he refuses to leave at first,
For Ma, please.
but eventually relents.
Someone wants to say hello to you, honey.
Until Warren comes in and...
Hello, Neil. Hello, Neil. I've heard a lot about you.
What is wrong with you?
When he puts the new glasses on, he looks normal.
Warren, I'm sorry.
It's all right. I think I should wait downstairs.
Neil makes kind of a half-assed attempt to tell his mom about this, but
Mom, there's something wrong with him. He's not human. Please, Mom, just look at him through the glasses. You'll see.
this kid's kind of lame. He's not a very good actor either.
Real smooth going, Neil. I thought you were gonna give him a chance.
Neither of you see it, do you? You think he's a man. Please, just look at him through Dad's glasses.
Yeah, sorry, no 15-minute fight scene complete with wrestling moves. Afterwards, Warren cooks the burgers.
I don't get to do this often enough. I miss it. Well, being part of a family, I think family is the most important thing. Gives you something to come home to, something to be a part of.
Yeah, this episode is really just a hybrid of The Stepfather and They Live.
What's that?
Neil.
Anyway, Neil tries to get the mom to come upstairs by pretending to be sick. Warren volunteers to talk to him. He's a psychologist.
I thought maybe you weren't feeling well because you were hungry. So I brought you some dinner. Well, suit yourself.
Neil just lays his cards on the table and tells Warren that he can see him for what he is. But Warren just acts like he doesn't know what he's talking about.
When somebody loves somebody, the way your mother loves you, for instance, that gives you power over that person. And when you misuse that power, use it selfishly, you risk destroying the love that created it.
I guess this is an attempt at gaslighting, but not sure how he thinks that's gonna work.
I think he's some kind of creature.
And why is it that you can see me in my true form, and your mother and sister can't?
I'm not sure. It has something to do with my dad's glasses.
Why would you tell him about the glasses?
Hey!
Okay, that's a neat effect.
Glass is fascinating stuff, you know? No two batches are ever quite perfectly the same. And minor differences in the chemical content of the sand can produce all sorts of interesting effects.
And of course he destroys them.
Why us?
Because you're nice people. Neil, a family is the most precious thing in the world. All the more precious for being so transitory.
What do you mean, transitory?
They never last. A year, a few years, and they're gone. Used up.
I think he's implying that he feeds on the family's life force or something and then moves on once they're dead.
You wouldn't understand, you're too young.
Oh, I understand.
I didn't mean you personally, I mean your kind. Your race.
Okay, he's being more honest now.
There are things older than people in the world. Races that live and hunger and move secretly from one generation to the next. Now, our kind needs your kind,
I'll stop you.
I don't think so. It'd be better for all of us if you forgot about this.
But then he tries to convince Neil to come downstairs.
You can stay up here if you'd like, but if you do, you're only punishing yourself.
Later,
I understand. It's not just you and me in the equation. It's the whole family to think about.
sounds like he's proposed and she gave a non-committal answer. Then Neil comes back.
Listen to me. It's not about anything you think. It's not about Dad, or my missing him, or anything.
He tries to tell her what Warren is again.
He's like a parasite. Crawls inside something.
Neil, can I just...
You shut up, you!
That's telling him.
You get out of here, you!
Mom, you want me to just beat the stuffings out of him?
She gives him the typical speech about how people need to accept reality even if they don't like it, which is kind of ironic.
Warren has asked me to marry him. We're going to get married.
Oh, and it turns out they are getting married.
I know you think you've won. They're gonna use this up like you've done to the other families, but I won't let you. I'll kill you first.
That is the last word. Now you shut your mouth and you get up to your room now.
Mom, I love you.
Uh-oh.
This hasn't been the ideal night for a proposal.
So long as the answer's still yes.
Neil.
Mom, he's got Daddy's gun!
Oh shit, Neil's not messing around.
Mom, please get away from him.
I mean, Warren's got a whole head on her. You could still get in a headshot if your aim is really good.
Now put the gun down.
But he doesn't have to because she moves away to try to get the gun from him, and that's when he shoots. Now that he's injured, the disguise falls.
It isn't Neil's fault. We'll get him some help.
I would like to know how they explain that to the police. And so ends The Family Man. This episode wasn't that good. To be clear, I don't actually mind that it borrows from The Stepfather and They Live. With this being an anthology series, every episode is its own thing, and with it having been on for 2 seasons, they're gonna borrow from other ideas, and I don't mind as long as it's done well. I actually do think that that's an interesting combination, and a well-done episode using those ideas could have worked. With this episode, well, for one thing, a better child actor playing Neil could have made a big difference. Take Mr. Schlauber. It's a very simple plot that's just kind of weird and goofy, but I think part of what makes that episode work is that the kid does a really good job. As it is, this episode is kind of a slow burn, and this kid actor really brings it down. I hate to say stuff like that, but it's true. And I feel like there might be a missed opportunity with the glasses. They mentioned that they belong to the dad who was a cop. Then they don't really do anything with that. Are they trying to hint that he was a cop because he knew the reptile people existed and he was using his position as a cop to hunt them? Did the dad even know about the reptiles? They don't really go into any of that. They just mention those 2 details, and maybe we're supposed to connect the dots and maybe we aren't. Who knows? Really, I think the cop angle was just an excuse for the kid to have access to a gun in the end. I will say that I did like the monster makeup in this one, though. I think it's more cool than scary, but I just really dig that they basically made this guy look like a humanoid crocodile. It looks really cool. His backstory was kind of interesting, too. They're doing the whole dinosaurs evolved into humanoids thing again, like in Sleeping Dragon. This one was directed by Michael Warren Powell, who also directed The Farmer's Daughter and has one more coming, and boy is that one a doozy. It was written by Alan Coulter, who directed The Face and All in a Day's Work. And that's it for this episode and season 2. Sorry it had to end on a whimper, but that's what happens sometimes. Anthologies are like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're gonna get. Next up is season 3 with Stressed Environment. See you then. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Here's some other videos you might be interested in. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to further support my channel, there's also Patreon.
Hey, Mom, do you want the macaroni salad?
Sure.